Hello, everyone. Welcome on SpeedGaming 2 to another game of the Invitational League Week 7 Co-op Randomizer. So today we got Amish Paradise with Depper Warman and Zero Nix versus your mom's favorite Rando team with Shireen and Gamachu. Okay, so yeah, this is Pixcalibur, and tracking is Kif and Fear Agent. So yeah, so again, they got the co-op randomizer. It's just really random. It just got, let's see, already started to back of escape. Not too much there. That room outside was kind of hectic, all the big traps and stuff there. Okay, Uncle with nothing. Looks like an early glove. Ooh, that's a... Okay, so back, you have Uncle, nope, just a shield. Okay, the closet, okay, heart containers, some money, and, okay, early lamp, so that's actually very good to take out those dark rooms. Don't have to worry about those as much. And I was trying to see what was on the race game. That might have been a sword. So, well, the Shireen going in there, so definitely something of interest. Yeah, with the early lamp glove and that's early mountain access. Granted, they can't do much up there, so they're probably going to wait to get, hopefully find like a hook shot or something that can give more stuff to do on the mountain. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of technical stuff to get through. Just got the getting that live stream back up. Okay, so let's see. And the well, okay, another sword. So that's already two swords in CAC. Oh, wow, it's a bit of a messy exit to that old man cave there. And oh, that is not what you ever want to see on Lumberjack. So I believe that was a mushroom. Oh, hey, nice red cane. That's perfectly in logic. And early mitts in the chicken hut. So this is already potentially opening up the seed quite a bit here. Just need a moon pearl for some to get Dark World access. Little shovel on the spec rock there. I believe that was Quake. Was that in the back of blinds? And okay, another heart container. Yeah, definitely want to pick up as much health as you can, especially when you don't have armor, because you just don't know what you're gonna run into here. All right, that's oh yeah, there's a blue mail in the back of the tavern. So yeah, getting early armor is that could be pretty helpful here, especially if you run into a lot of these enemies that do 3-4 hearts of damage. Being able to cut that down a little bit will give you that extra hit or two of survival. And yeah, in chat with a lamp and master sword, that's already AGA access right there. So in this case, if the runners get funneled into AGA, that's actually not a bad thing, because you don't have to think about that mushroom if you need to get it, because the mushroom is only good for one check, and it's for the most part not going to be worth spending like 3, 4, 5 minutes getting through the castle tower, and then you got to go get the mushroom, and then go to the potion shop. That takes a while, and that doesn't feel good if it's nothing there. Okay, so there's Moon Pearl. Okay, so that's Dark World access and AGA, or Gina's cave. And Mini Moldorm Cave, the early flu, so travel will be a little bit easier there. So this seat's already opening up quite a bit. I'm gonna see what the runners are gonna do here, because this game. So the Rando team is already clinched a playoff spot, so they're playing for a higher placement. But Amish Paradise, I believe, is playing to avoid relegation, so they do need to win at least one of these 2 games. Yeah, that mushroom now is probably going to be potential last location, because you're not going to be interested in going after. Oh man, that's a dangerous double rollers there. and those weren't even like the short rollers. Those are like covering like 8 tiles or something, so it's just very hard to get by all that. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not a fan of that, seeing that mushroom on the ledge. I'd rather have something like, say the hammer, even. As bad as that is, you have to take out AGA 1, so there's no question whether or not you don't risk like last locationing that check. They're just going to assume that's going to have nothing in it today, but we'll see. Hopefully it's not going to be something like Ice Rod or something really trolly. Alright, so Shireen giving a look into Dark Frost. I don't think we've seen that yet. And okay, just 10 arrows there. So, I mean, it's good to get that check out of the way, because you're going to tell your teammate that you don't have to worry about Dark Frost. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's aggro required is only going to be if that mushroom plays a role here, because we already have Mix and Moon Pearl, so that's already most of Dark World access. Just don't have the east side, but most of the runners could probably do stuff like current jump and stuff to get across if they need to. I got 2 gloves pretty early. The first one I didn't see. That was like right at the beginning, and then the other one was in the chicken hut. Okay, so it was pretty much like an immediate glove. Alright, ready getting an early Meyer dip. And that looked to be Ether and Pendant TR, Pendant, Green Pendant, Thieves Town. So yeah, chat putting out the pendant red crystal content. Yeah, I think it was TR was a regular pendant and these was the green pendant. The red I didn't catch. I think Pod was one of them and looked like Meyer. Alright, a nice easy bow in the chess game. Okay, so Dapper Warman. Okay, at least opening up these should be taking a look in there. They're exploring some more stuff outside. C-shaped house, just another shield. So I think that's our second one we've seen. Okay, no, it was Swamp and Swamp and Meyer. Yeah, I thought Pod was, but yeah, Swamp and Meyer are the red crystals. Oh, that's a nice place for that mirror. A nice free mirror, and well, the shovel it's actually locked by that mirror. That would be a great time to do the shovel check there. All right, so Height Cave. What do we have? Height Cave. Anything good in here? Okay, flippers, that's actually good. That's hard required because of swamp. And Skullwood's early chest there with the Cane of Burner, which is actually really good. You actually do want to have these invulnerability items like Cane of Burner, Cape, stuff like half-cost magic is also really helpful. These safeties that just a lot of in like the vanilla you may not need it, but here they're cool. All right, so Thieves Town. No, that's just that's Argus, so we can't do anything about that. So that's just going to be, and especially if it's just a green pendant, might just leave that for later. So Zora with a full heart container, which is okay, but it looked like a hammer was in the front of. Was it? I think just front of Thieves. Because usually you're not going to dip the back of Thieves early on, unless you have like nowhere else to go. Again, the enemy randomizer can make some of these rooms that normally have like no enemies turn into like potentially just booby traps to maneuver around. And okay, so the checkerboard cave with the book. Okay, so your desert access. Well, now you have full desert access, front and back side. Also gives them access to Bombo's tablet, or both tablets for the Bombos nearby. Okay, so it was the big key chest that had the hammer, and again, because Argus is the boss, just gonna leave that and move on. And gotta look at the boss of Desert. It's a little bit pixelated. That looked like Armos. Yeah, okay, so Tracker's confirming it's Armos. So I believe that is clearable. You just you have a fire source, so get to the back there. Oof, yeah, Depot Warman getting really bullied in that room there. Yeah, I'm gonna take another try at that one. All right, Graveyard Ledge with just a heart piece. Gamerachu starting the Smith chain here. Let's see if anything of note. Okay, just bombs on the start of it. Alright, Shireen into Hera. Looked like that was the first item. It looked like just money. And just leaving after that. Apparently not able to do much after that. or might come back later. I mean, granted, hair is just a pendant, so. Alright, Spiral Cave was just a hard piece. Yeah, this is what can make Randomizer kind of a bit tricky, because it, like, muscle memory kind of goes out the window. Because a lot of these rooms, normally you can just kind of rush through them. But if these layouts get a little bit messy, you have to kind of stop and think for a moment. Okay, so Shireen into Paradox. Let's see, Blue Boomerang. And then Zero Nix. I think that's our first look into Eastern. So looking at just a bottle in Paradox Cave, so not much there. Hobo's just a heart piece. Kind of trying to see where this next progression is. Now, granted, they do have a fair amount they can do right now. Okay, that just looked like Vanilla Quake for TR. And Eastern, Blee, okay, Tracker's Blind. So that's doable. Alright, so Dapper Worman taking that book. Let's see. Anything on Ether Tablet? Nope. Nothing there. Alright, so TR, that's going to be fire rod locked, so getting that blue potion. Not able to go any further into TR, so... And looking in pod, let's see... I'm not sure if anything showed up in pod so far. Alright, Shuri with Spy Cave here, and pretty quick look at pod. That might have been a Trinex. And, ooh, that's a Vanilla Moldorm is just a bunch of, just the 8-eyed variant. Victory, taking out that 8-eyed Moldorm. Ooh, okay, so that's Bombos for the shovel spot. Now, that's not required for entering a dungeon, but that could be useful for Ice Palace, especially if the fire rod's just sitting inside there. Yeah, so we're gonna have an ice rod hunt. So, since pod is a crystal and Trinex is the boss. Wait, so Dapper going to be taking that Bombos in. Now, it's kind of unfortunate. They neither runner on Amish Paradise has gone into Thieves to get the hammer, because this is going to be a guaranteed double dip at this point. I mean, unless the boss is like another Trinex or an Argus or something that they can't kill anyway. So a key in the first chest, so I believe that Ice Palace is not hookshot locked. Alright, so Shireen also going into Ice Palace, but they have the hammer, so we're going to see what those hammer checks show. I'm hoping that it's not anything major in there. Alright, welcome Littlefisk, raiding with a party of 11. So we got our Week 7 co-op Randomizer game. Amish Paradise and your mom's favorite Rando team. And that looks like just land mola at the bottom, so that's kind of unfortunate. That's you have to double dip ice here. But yeah, so we got these two teams playing. So Rando team playing for placement, and Amish Paradise playing for trying to stave off relegation. They have to win at least one of these two games. So right now, just kind of scouting out the dungeons, and just seeing, still missing a number of items from Go mode here. Okay, big key and that hammer locked. And I believe Pod had ice rod in the dark maze. So, okay, at least we're not dealing with an ice rod hunt. A pretty clean fight. Blind fight on Gamerachu's side, picking up that Eastern Crystal. So far, Ice, I don't think has really dropped anything of note. Alright, so Zero Nix is making that dive into Pendant Thieves. Be picking up that hammer. Nobody's looked at the back of Thieves yet. So that would be kind of gross if something like the hook shot just sitting in the back of Thieves. Alright, so Shireen's seeing the Land Mola boss. That is perfectly clearable, so be finishing off ice. Yeah, but outside, I don't think there's anything that really showed up in terms of items. You know, just heart container and I'm not sure what. Like some, I think it was 50 rupees. Maybe the boss has the other item here. Yeah, that's kind of a rude, rude wall master there. Of course, it's always at the end. Just gotta make sure you stay on your toes here. Oh, okay. Well, you know, well, Dapper Worm and Zero Nix, when they get the ice, they can full clear it. Because that was ether at the very bottom, so that's required. Catfish today is very friendly. That will not be turned down. Donating silver arrows over, so that's very appreciated. Yes, Dapper Warman did get the book, because I know he checked the ether tablet already. And Shireen gonna take that ether and okay, well there's the fire rod on Bombo's tablet, so that makes pod clearable, so at least Trinex is not an issue here. Got the means to take it out right now. So in terms of bosses, I think it may just be Argus we can't take out yet. Still need to find a hook shot somewhere. Yeah, so at this point, I believe we're just missing a hookshot for no mode. And now the thing is, this hookshot can be in a lot of places. There are not really that many restrictions where this thing cannot be. It's really just the back of swamp, and that might be about it. It's anywhere else is like fair game. Camera 2 taking on land molas with 3 quicksilver arrows there. Free fight to pick up their ether. Yeah, it's like, so we got Hookshot Cave, back of swamp, and yeah, that's maybe about it. Pedestal, I think, is an option. Oh no, actually no, Pedestal actually can't be it. So Thieves Town is with an Argus. Yeah, so so Pedestal can't have the hook shot. Yeah, so I think Pedestal is just out of play right now because it can't be anything else that would be useful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the runners are not going to want to think about that mushroom. That's pretty much a last location. And on Shireen's side, these dead rocks always find a way to cause trouble. It doesn't have to be on the mountain. As long as they show up somewhere, you get them in the wrong spot, they just start blocking doors, hallways, etc. It's just one of those really annoying enemies. Alright, so Gamachu going deeper into Mire. I don't think anything has showed up so far, and it looks like another Argus there. So it's our second copy. Hey, what do you know? How convenient, the hookshot just right in the same place you'll need it. So that is no mode. So I think we have everything on our end. Now it's just the runners have to start picking up the pieces here to put this all together. So I think this could still be pretty close. We're gonna need a little bit more to see where who gets the GT first. Yeah, book was in checkerboard. Yeah, I think Shireen and Dapper Warband both have the book. Yeah, so it is hard required because of Bombo's tablet. Yeah, probably the best time, well, since Swamp is now full clearable, Gamachu with that hook shot can full clear. It just doesn't have the book yet, so we'll have to, well, probably just make a quick pit stop to the checkerboard after finishing Mire. So we'll pick up that book and then can route Bombos in before Swamp. Alright, so at this point, all the runners are probably going to start clearing out dungeons, and then any info that their teammate has about specific items can route that in. Oh, and Zero Nix doesn't have the book yet. He has went to the Bombos tab a little bit too early there, so just let's take a quick detour. Okay, and let's see if Gamachu didn't get the. Oh, just doing swamp. Uh-oh, this. I think the thing is Shireen didn't check Bombo's tablet yet, so they don't know what's on that. Now for Rando team, that's not too big a problem because Shireen still has to do Meyer. We'll be picking up that hook shot and we'll hopefully route in all the Bombo's tablet and then swamp. I mean, this isn't necessarily a bad thing because Gamachu's scouting out swamp first. So if, let's say, left side swamp has nothing, then you don't have to do anything. Shireen can just rush swamp and clear it out. Again, this is probably gonna be pretty close. Again, I can't really tell at this point like a definitive advantage because it's just who can get those last items to get to go mode and then clear out. Now, only Gamachu's picked up silvers, so that if they don't find another sword, that might make a difference in a Ganon fight. Oh, that's not good for Dapper Warman. It doesn't have any bottles, and may not have enough magic here. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. The magic is kind of at a premium here, and if you don't have any bottles, that makes it really difficult. You don't have any backups to work with. Alright, so we got our first Cold Stare as our Swamp Palace boss. Alright, Gamachu back into swamp. Gonna clear out left side swamp. Yeah, so he might be just waiting until Shireen gets to the Bombos, hopefully gets to the Bombos tablet, because then that will tell him he needs to go get that book off checkerboard. Yeah, I think collectively they're in Go. They're not in, like, both runners are not in Go mode yet. Still missing Zero Nix needs to get that Fire Rod. And then are in Go mode, but yeah, they still have to clear out quite a bit of stuff, and some of the dungeon troubles they've had as bottles have not been plentiful, and I think on their end they've only found one bottle. On Rando team they have 2 bottles, although Gamma doesn't have a bottle, so you might have to try to get one of those 2 bottles somewhere. Okay, Devil Wormer getting through blind. Yeah, so I don't think Swamp had much of anything, so that could just be Go mode cleared, on Shireen's end. Alright, so Devil Wormer going to be taking another try at the next boss. You gotta make sure you keep full magic here. So let's see if Shireen's gonna take the detour first. And looking like yes, so Shireen's gonna get that Fire Rod, and that's gonna get relayed over to Gamrachu to go get that book. Pyramid Fairy with shield and arrows, nothing there. I mean, had that been a sword in there, that might have been tempted to relay that information over. Yeah, so I think Gamrachu's gonna be zipping over to Checkerboard Cave right now. Alright, so Gamrachu clearing out desert. Shireen should probably gonna be just clearing out swamp. I don't think there was anything in there. Alright, so Devil Wormer through phase 1. There we go. That's a good fight on that Warman's end, getting rid of that Trinax. Yeah, that's really tough when you don't have any potions, you don't have half-cost magic, so you don't have a lot of fire/ice rod shots, so you gotta make them all count. Oh, hey, there's a bug net in the compass chest in Swamp. Now, that's actually okay for String, because it's got bottles to put fairies in if needed. Because there's not a lot of health in the seed. Okay, yeah, the cape was in the the diver down room. I don't think we've seen powder yet, because that would actually be a pretty good item to find. Alright, so I'm going to start going to the bosses here. Let's see. So what have we seen so far? So we've seen, I think, 1 Armos, 1 Landmola, 1 Moldorm, 2 Argus, Blind, Cold Stare, and a Trinex. So I don't think we've seen a Helmasaur yet. No Moth, no Vitreous. And then still a couple of duplicate bosses to find. Alright, so Dapper getting their hook shot. Been running on the low health side for a lot of the race, so able to squeeze through some of these tight situations. So Gamachu picking up their fire rod will put them, I think both in Rando team, I think are both in go mode, so they're just clearing out dungeons at this point. Shireen is going to go pick up those silvers. Don't know if we're going to get a temper sword in this seed, so it may not hurt to take a little bit of time to pick up these silvers. Save a lot of time on Ganon, and if you find, say, a Vitreous at the top of GT, that's going to save some time there as well. Yeah, I don't know what Shireen has in those 2 bottles, or if they came with potions. I think one of them did come with a blue potion in one of the bottles. I'm trying to remember where that bottle was. Yeah, because, bottles are... Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where... Okay, one of the bottles, I believe, was in Turtle Rock, because I think Shuri did actually scout that place. It was locked by Fire Rod. But the other bottle was, I think, somewhat early, but Yeah, that's the only bottle you got. So this is kind of pretty mean in terms of magic supply here. Okay, looking like Gamachu did get through fate. Okay, now Zero Nix will have a slightly easier time because the blue potion on backup in case. And ooh, Gamachu squeezing through that Tri-Next fight. Yeah, I'm trying to count what we've seen so far. I think we've only seen one Trinex so far, so there could be a second one in GT possibly. So yeah, hopefully you don't have like Ice Trinex. That's a real nightmare with the equipment they have. You know, not enough magic backups. Only a Master Sword. That's not a good fight. Alright, so I think both Shuri and Gamachu both at 6 crystals, it looks like. Gamachu going into Skullwood, Shuri will be falling just behind. Zero Nix has just Tower of Hera to finish after, and then Skullwoods. And Dapper Wordman's finishing up Swamp, still has to... No, it should have Ice Palace complete because Ether was the end prize there. And just has a Skull Woods to go after at the end. Ooh, Vitreous on conveyor belts is potentially not friendly, but good thing picking up those silvers, that's really making a difference. Mom's favorite Rando team is gonna have a much easier Vitreous fight there. I mean, you gotta give some credit to Dapper Warman there. Is really squeezing through these tight scenarios. You know, outlasting Colts there for that win. Alright, so Gamachu with 7 crystals will be on the way to Gan's Tower. So I guess we could put some numbers in chat where we think the big key is going to be. We've got 1 through 22 checks that are available. They're probably going to search a good number of them, try to find another sword to make Ganon easier. All right, Shireen getting through their Vitreous fight. Okay, get you with a quick pit stop in Hookshot Cave. Gonna see if anything is in these chests. Let's see, bombs, more bombs. It's not of anything. Okay, well, an empty bottle. That's not helpful. I mean, had it had like a blue potion, that's something else to work with. Now, the empty bottle is... Now, at least they have silver, so I think guarantee if they don't find another sword, it may just flute to the potion shop after and then just get a fill, like a blue potion fill at that point. Now, if they find a temperate sword in GT, then it's probably not going to need a potion. Oh, yeah, Gamatru has that bug net. Okay, so if Gamatru has a bug net, then yeah, getting a bottle fairy, that's actually a good safety. And, oh boy, Zero Nick's taking a game over on Vitreous. Yeah, that's going to be a really ugly fight on the conveyor belts. And neither one has silvers, so this is a really rough fight. Okay, that is huge for Gamachu there, picking up Tempered Sword in Hope Room, so that pretty much makes Ganon basically free. You got Tempered Sword, you got Silvers, that's a far easier fight now. Can catch a fairy, if they can catch get a fairy in a bottle, that's pretty much an easy win. Alright, there's the big key. That was check number, let's see, 5, 6, 7. I think it's the lower right chest, so I was check 9. We can see Shireen getting that big key in just a moment, just to make sure. But yeah, I believe it was 9, because I think it was the lower right chest. So we'll confirm that in just a second here. Yeah, so that was check 9. So I believe it was Zeruvian who guessed 9 exactly, so congrats on finding where that big key was. So, Mom's favorite Rando team, both just doing GT climb. It's just autopilot at this point. That lead is just growing more and more because Vitreous has really got Amish Paradise a bit stumped here. There we go, Zero Nix taking out Vitreous. And what we got? Okay, we got Helmasaur. We hadn't seen a Helmasaur yet. So it's our first one here. Now let's see, boss-wise, I don't think we've seen Mothula yet. And Turtle Rock, we don't even know what the boss of that place is. It's could be a duplicate. I think Moth could fit in there. Yeah, Vitreous on a conveyor belt is really ugly. And only a master sword to work with, so unless you went and actually got those silvers, really a rough fight. Oh, that is clutch powder right there. That is a great time to find that. Oh, hey, we got our Mothula on the top. Okay, that's fine. That's not a big deal. Tempered Sword is an easy fight. Now, yeah, that's maybe not the best place for it, but in Gamachu's case, that's a great place to find that, because that is a free health refill. Right when you need it the most. Alright, Gamachu on Agatu, Shireen just a little bit behind. I think they both picked up that, the single rupee there. Alright, Zero Nix picking up, what should be their 7th crystal. Yeah, because Hera's, I think, supposed to be a pendant there. It looks like it's a little bit mismarked there. Yeah, so it's I think Hera was just a pendant. So Zero Nix does have all 7 crystals. Alright, Gamachu already on phase 3 of Ganon. Shireen starting their Ganon fight. Oh, so there was that was where the other bottle was in Paradox Cave. Because bottles are actually fairly limited here. Alright, Gamachu taking down Ganon. Be finishing up. Get your GGs in chat for Gamachu. We'll be crossing that bridge. Finish time of 1:15:02. Shireen on phase 4 should be finishing shortly. And there we go, Shireen taking down Ganon just like half a minute later. So get your GGs in for your mom's favorite rando team. Shireen finishing 115.37. So they pick up this win. I think that gets them up to 27 points, and I think they still have another game to play. All right, we are joined in chat by Gamerchu and Shireen. GGs.
Yo, GGs.
Hey, GGs, thank you.
Yeah, so I think you two worked pretty well with doing what the items were, because I think at the end, Gamerchu, you didn't have the book, so you couldn't get Fire Rod, but Shireen would back up later, and then once you got the Fire Rod, it was like you just went straight over to checkerboard to get the book, and then in the meantime you had full cleared Swamp, and then Shireen just goes and full clears, and it just goes straight up and clears the back. So that's and then picking up those silvers off Catfish was actually a big deal.
Yeah, I just need to clear the air a little bit. Gamma tricked me into grabbing the bug net. He told me there was half magic in Swamp, and so I grabbed the chest, and I was very disappointed.
No. He was actually very happy to pick that up. It was a nice safety. I don't know how many times, if you saw him to go to the potion shop multiple times, 5-6 times. So I told him, you know what? I'm going to do him a solid and let him know that's a nice safety. Wait for him there.
So just want to set the record straight there.
And then I think the powder at the top was actually very convenient for especially for you, Gamerchu, because you were running low on health, and it just get free health refill there.
Yeah, that came very clutch, and
quite the lucky pickup.
GG's to you, Dapper Warman and Zero Nix.
Joined in chat, Dapper Warman and Zero Nix. GG's.
Hello,
thanks,
everybody.
GG's.
Thank you.
Yeah, so so the pedestal had the other armor, so yeah, we're gonna get red mail. But yeah, the Vitreous fight was kind of a little nasty there.
Yeah, I about 3 minutes, or maybe it was a lot less. Maybe it was about a minute before I ran by the cape in Swamp. I found out it was Vitreous, so I was like, that cape might have been helpful in the Vitreous fight, but didn't know it was going to be Vitreous, so oh well. Hopefully we put on a good show for everybody. And
yeah, because unfortunately the compass was on the boss, so that's like the worst place to find it.
Always on the boss. It's always on the boss. I don't know why.
And let's see, because swords were limited. You got up to tempered in GT. Don't know where the other sword was. And silvers probably would have helped. I don't think either of you checked Catfish.
Yeah, we did not check Catfish.
We specifically made the call to say, screw Catfish, it's nothing. Was a conversation we had while I was going North Dark World stuff. But yeah, I like it. Let's skip it. Oof.
I mean, most of the time it's not wrong, but this time it would have really helped.
Yeah, it's funny because on my way to pod, she was telling me maybe you should do pyramid and then skip Catfish, go to pod. I'm like, I was gonna do that, but then we'll just hold off on that. See, maybe combo was pyramid fairy, but then we were kind of getting down to garbage checks, and Shireen telling me I should probably go do him. I said yeah. I got the silvers, and I felt very comfy with that, especially being on Master Sword for basically the entire season until GT. And me and Shireen were kind of talking about if it was worth grabbing. I told him I think it is, because we don't know what bosses are going to come up, and we don't know if we're going to actually get a tempered sword. So it was very nice enough just for that Vidi fight alone, because Galwoods with a conveyor belt there is just really garbage.
So if you were on your way there, you didn't have hammer on your first trip to pod?
Well, no, we had the hammer. He was in Ice Palace at that time when I was down to I should do desert, or I didn't want to touch desert yet because I was afraid of running into an unkillable boss.
Right.
Yeah, we saw the Argus and Thieves Town, and then the Trinix and Pod, and then it just kind of felt a little garbage. I'm like, I don't know. I'll do this before desert play, but it was nice grabbing onto that.
I had a lot of slow boss kills, so that was Silver's definitely would have helped. in not just the Vitreous fight, but all fights. So
The mode is very rough. Like sometimes it just feels like you should just do like every inconvenient overworld because dungeons can just be so bad that like it's worth the chance of like just finding that sword, finding the bottle. Like me having the bottles this seed I felt like was huge just to like have that comfort.
yeah, where was Bottle 2?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any
TR?
favorites. Okay.
Yeah, it was the chain chomp room that had a blue potion in a bottle. Because I was trying to remember where, because bottles were pretty limited here.
Yeah, it was 2 on the mountain, and then Gamma got the 3rd in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, Hookshot Cave had an empty bottle.
So I guess
Very-
all 3 were on the mountain.
Yeah.
And then,
That
Paradox had another. Yeah, Paradox had one. So pretty much all on the mountain, basically.
Yep.
Alright, so I think
Loaded it.
a chat has a question here for Amish Paradise. So I think you didn't dip the front of Thieves for a little bit. I think one of you went into ice early without the hammer and then found you couldn't clear it and you had to come back there anyway. But yeah, I was kind of wondering why. I think maybe part of it was maybe Thieves was a pendant that might have deterred you from going in there earlier.
I know that's why we didn't. I don't know why my mom's favorite Rando team didn't, but yeah, I was just pendant. We didn't have mirror.
Yeah, I just kind of thought of it like, just do the front 4 and probably kill the boss as a green pendant. I didn't think it was too bad. Felt good when I picked up the hammer, though.
I mean, what was it? Like, we got Hammer Mirror at that point, and it was like, okay, I could do the mountain. You got Bow, and it was like, now you have Eastern and Pod untouched, and I just felt... we also had Flute, right? So coming back to Village was fine. Like, it just felt like the options were really, really solid. To knock out the mountain, knock out Pod, all that stuff.
Yeah, the seed opened up pretty early because you got early mitts, Moon Pearl Flute, Lamp, let's see, a couple swords, Arcana Somaria was, I think, on Old Man, Mirror was on Stumpy, so a lot of the main checks were opening up very quickly. I think Bow was free.
I laughed because we had Master Sword Lamp for Aga, like right away. I told Gamma, I'm like, let's do it.
No, that's not happening. That's gonna be a last thing in our items to check.
Yeah, I would figure that no one's gonna check that until the end because I believe it was a mushroom, and I was thinking, oh no, please don't let that be anything because that is never gonna get checked until the end.
Yeah, he brought that up a couple of times in the race. I'm like, don't even stop bringing that up because that's not happening. I can't even picture Dapper Warman and Zero Next doing that. Like, just no.
Not to speak for Dapper, but I think the logic for skipping Thieves Town at that time was, we had a lot of things open up immediately in the Dark World, so he's like, I'm just gonna rush Hype Cave, and then I think that just became the precedence was getting the Hype Cave first, and we just never went back for it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember saying, oh, I'll go back to the Smith Chain now that I have Mirror, and that's a reason to go into Thieves Town. Just kind of kept forgetting to do that. But Pendant Bad, Crystal Good was kind of part of that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the dangers when you're given so much stuff early, because maybe it's a little more annoying if you're funneled into Aga or funneled into early Pod, but you don't have any other options. But here, when you could go like the 10 different places, you have to know which ones to go to and where to divvy up.
Well, thanks for the race, guys, and good luck tomorrow. It's,
okay, so yeah, because I think the standings. Mom's favorite Rando team is 9-4, so I think they're just going for position. They're already clinched. They're going for position. But I know Amish Paradise has to win their last game in this case.
Sure do.
Yeah, echoing what Dapper Warman was saying right there too. Thanks for the race. GG's to you, and yeah, we'll
Yeah,
be back for
GG's.
game two tomorrow.
Right, so should we wrapping up for this? Okay, so again, thanks to all our runners here, Deborah Warman, Zero Nix, Shireen, and Yamachu, putting on a good show for us. Thanks to our trackers, Kith and Fear Agent, keeping us in line with all the items and stuff. And thanks to the SpeedGaming 2 chat, also helping to keep things in line. So looking at the schedule, I believe there is another game in progress on SpeedGaming that started at 10:10 Eastern. So that's Tile Roomies and Findrana Drifters, again on the main SpeedGaming channel. And then for tomorrow, have a few games starting at 11:10 a.m. Eastern, and kind of an earlier day. So 1:10, 2:10, and 3:10 are the other games on the Invitational side. And then for any open league, you can look at there, see if there's any that get onto Restream. So again, thanks to the whole crew. This is Pixcalibur, and we'll see you guys in the next race.